You know what's wild? The Blue Jays were supposed to be all about getting that big offensive piece this offseason. That was the whole plan. And then Kyle Tucker slipped through their fingers, and suddenly everyone's writing them off like the winter's over. But here's the thing nobody's talking about. Toronto might not be done yet, and the move they could still make? It's absolutely insane. Look, I get it. They just dropped a massive contract on Dylan Cease. The rotation looks stacked. Most people have moved on to debating whether they did enough at the plate. But Framber Valdez is still out there, and Bleacher Report just listed the Blue Jays as the fourth most likely landing spot for him. Fourth. Let that sink in for a second. Not 10th, not an honorable mention. Number 4, sitting right there behind Baltimore, San Francisco, and the Mets. Now, before you click away thinking this is some clickbait nonsense, hear me out. Does it sound crazy on the surface? Absolutely. Toronto already spent big on pitching. They've got Cease, Gausman, Yesevich, Shane Bieber coming back, even guys like Cody Ponce in the mix. Why would they possibly need Framber Valdez? But that's exactly the kind of conventional thinking that gets teams knocked out in the first round year after year. Think about what Ross Atkins has done this winter. This is a general manager who clearly isn't playing small ball anymore. He's swinging for the fences. And if you're already committed to building something special, why stop at really good when you could build something historic? Imagine telling opposing lineups they have to face Valdez and Cease back-to-back. Then Gausman. Then Bieber if he's healthy. That's not just a good rotation. That's a gauntlet that makes October completely different. Here's what people keep forgetting. Injuries happen. They always do. Every single season, some team that looked unstoppable on paper in March is scrambling for 88 call-ups by July. The Braves thought they were set last year until their rotation got demolished. The Mets have spent how much money and they're still out here shopping? Depth isn't a luxury in baseball. It's survival. And Valdez isn't some back-end insurance policy. This is a guy who's been one of the most consistent starters in baseball for years now. Elite ground ball rates, postseason experience, exactly the kind of pitcher who thrives in big moments. Now, would this be expensive? Obviously. Would it raise eyebrows across the league? Without question. But let's be honest about where Toronto is right now. They've spent years being good, but not great, competitive, but not scary. They've watched division rivals load up while they played it safe. Maybe this is the year they finally say enough is enough and go truly all in. The timing actually makes sense too. We're in late February. Valdez is still unsigned. That means his price is coming down, teams are getting antsy, and agents are looking for anyone willing to step up with a real offer. If Toronto wanted to swoop in and surprise everyone, this is exactly when you'd do it. Not during the chaos of December when everyone's watching, but now, when people have moved on and stopped paying attention. Could it still be a long shot? Sure. Is it more likely that Valdez ends up with the Mets or Giants? Probably. But the fact that we're even having this conversation shows how much the landscape has shifted. 3 months ago, nobody would have predicted Toronto would land Dylan Cease. Nobody thought they'd be this aggressive on the pitching side. And yet here we are. The Blue Jays have proven they're willing to surprise people this winter. They've shown they're not afraid to spend. And if Ross Atkins really wants to build a rotation that can carry this team deep into October, that can withstand injuries and still dominate, that can make Toronto the most dangerous team nobody saw coming, Framber Valdez is sitting right there. Until he signs somewhere else, this story isn't over. And honestly, that's exactly what makes this so fascinating to watch unfold.